Hi all, welcome to this Microsoft Excel creating and using a pivot table tutorial. My name is Stephen Alpha. Now this topic of this tutorial is creating and using a pivot table in Microsoft Excel. My target audience are IT professionals. I believe this is an important skill to have when you have a large data set and you want to extract different significant things from that data set. This tutorial will be for Microsoft Excel Mac users. Now, this tutorial is intended to accomplish the following things: to teach IT professionals on how to create a pivot table, and to teach IT professionals how to use a pivot table to pull out significant details from data sets. Now, upon completion of this tutorial, you should be able to perform the following functions in an Excel document: create a pivot table, sort on a pivot table, and filter on a pivot table. Now, let's get started. Here is a data set consisting of 10 records in 6 fields. Those fields are order ID, product, the category of the product, the amount spent on the product, when the product was purchased, and what country the product was purchased from. So to create a pivot table, we'll go here and click the Insert tab, and then we'll click Pivot Table. By default, all the data is selected, and we'll keep it like that, but you can modify it however you want. And then we'll click New Worksheet just so that the data set is separated from the pivot table. All right. Click OK. So now we're going to build our pivot table. For our rows, we want to drag and drop the product. So the products we can now see they're in our rows. Then for the values, we want to drag and drop the amount. So that will show the price or the sum of each product that we have. And then later on when we go over filters, we'll filter on country. So let's drag and drop country to the filters portion. So now we have a simple pivot table set up. Now say we want to find which product we spent the most amount of money on and which product we spent the least amount of money on. Well, we can sort it based on the amount. We can sort it from largest to smallest. So we can go under the sum of amount column and right click on any row you want, and then we can go to sort and then sort from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. We'll do largest to smallest. So we can see that we spent the most money on broccoli, followed by bananas, and then we spent the least amount of money on beans. Now lastly, I want to show you how to filter. So we want to filter by country and see which country we've bought the most, or we want to see, let's say for France, we want to see which product we've bought the most for France. Let's do that. So now we go up here, we click on this arrow, and then we will deselect all, and then we will, sorry about that. We deselected all, and then we will click France. And now we can see that the product that we bought the most from France is an apple, and the amount that we spent on it was $2,417. In conclusion, you should now be able to create a pivot table, sort on a pivot table, and filter on a pivot table. By completing this tutorial, you are ensuring that you can create pivot tables and pull out significant details from data sets using pivot tables. Thank you for your time.